When you first get any style out of the box, it's gonna move beautifully. This is a pretty versatile style when it comes to how you wanna style the bangs. This color, Rusty Auburn, on this particular wig has a great hairline. Oh, look at that. Let me show you the inside of this cap. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to give you a review on this really lovely low density style by Raquel Welch called Showstopper, and I actually have her here for you in 2 colors today, which is very exciting. But before I jump to it, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. So I feel like lately there has definitely been a lot of women who are wanting these low density pieces. They are wanting these wigs that don't have a ton of hair on them, don't have a lot of permatease, aren't poofy, aren't too much. They just want those low profile, low laying styles, and Showstopper right here is absolutely one of those. So Showstopper is absolutely one of these low profile, low density, no permatease pieces. If I turn to the side here, you can see how there is not that poof that a lot of wigs can tend to get when they do have that permatease right up at the crown, which some people don't love because to them that kind of gives it a little bit more of a wiggy look, especially if you're someone who doesn't have hair and you're getting a wig for the first time and you put on the wig and suddenly there's poofiness up in the crown that you're not used to. So this doesn't have that. It's going to stay really close to your head. Also, you'll notice when I pull this in a ponytail, there isn't a ton of hair in this ponytail. It is pretty low density. So let me actually just give you a quick spin of this so you can see the whole wig right off the bat. So I'm wearing this in the color RL30/27, also known as Rusty Auburn, which is a very pale red color with some nice warm blonde highlights in this. I absolutely love the highlighting in this. I find it creates some really natural dimension without looking too streaky. It's nice and blended, and this is honestly one of my favorite warmer colors by Raquel Welch. And if you are someone who likes the color Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice by Raquel Welch, but you're not a fan of any rooting, you're gonna love Rusty Auburn. So here it is in comparison to Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice. You're gonna find Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice is a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more coppery in tone, but overall similar vibe, but this has rooting on Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice and Rusty Auburn does not. So if you're an unrooted gal, Rusty Auburn is just, it's so dreamy. Okay, so Showstopper here is made with Raquel Welch's true to life heat-friendly synthetic fibers, which means that you can add heat to this and style it with heat up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So you are able to add a wave or a curl to this if you would like to, or you can keep it straight. Now, the great thing about this style is it's going to be extremely easy to maintain because it is extremely straight. And when you have these super duper straight pieces, all it takes to maintain any frizzy ends that might appear is a spray of water, a fine tooth comb, and a hair straightener to follow through, which if you had your own hair, you'd likely be doing that often anyways if you're someone who styles it. It honestly takes a couple of minutes after every several wears. As soon as you start to see any frizzy ends pop up, just run the flat iron through it really quick and you're gonna be good to go. Now, one of the downfalls with heat-friendly synthetic fibers, and especially I find with Raquel Welch heat-friendly synthetic fibers, is that throughout your day, when you're wearing it, the fibers are gonna start to clump up a bit. When you first get any style out of the box, it's gonna move beautifully. Like it's gonna be so lovely. It's gonna be so soft. It's gonna move like real hair does. But after a few wears, it's gonna start to get a little tacky and clumpy. And you're gonna notice that it doesn't move as beautifully. And because of that clumpiness, you're gonna wanna carry a wide tooth comb with you so that you are able to brush it and comb it throughout the day so it doesn't look clumpy and icky. All right, let's take a look at this style now. So with this style, you're gonna find there is some layering in this. Obviously you can see some right here and some that goes around your face in the front. And the ends are also gonna be nice and textured and feathery, so they're not gonna be too bluntly cut there. And something really lovely about this style is that it also comes with a bang. Now this bang, it's long enough and wispy enough that you can incorporate it into the rest of the hair, so it doesn't need to necessarily fall right in the front if you don't want it to, but it also can come right in front. It might be a little bit long. See, it is a bit long on me. If I wanted to bring it right in front, I can just take my scissors and point cut it so that it is not right directly in my eyes. But we do have this nice wispy thin bang, and you can keep it in front like I am now, or just kind of push it to the side a little bit, which I also love. Now, since this has a full monofilament top on it, meaning you can part it anywhere you want, and it will still give you the illusion of hair growth from your scalp, like that. So since it has that, this could be good for having like a side swept bang as well. So if you did want to part it on the side, you can definitely take these bangs and push them to the side. So there are a lot of options with these bangs, and this is a pretty versatile style when it comes to how you want to style the bangs. Now I'm going to bring it back to the part it kind of came in. So it kind of comes in a slight left zigzag part when you first get it out of the box. Now, I always love double checking to see how long these styles actually are with my measuring tape. I'm going to take my measuring tape from where the part comes right out of the box and oopsies, and show you guys how long it's going to be so that you can take your measuring tape, put it slightly to the left of the center, and you can see where it might sit on you. So this is gonna be just over 17 inches long, maybe about 17 and a half inches from the slight left part here. And if you're interested in how long these bangs are, let me see, let's take it right from that root of the bang. And these bangs, when I pull them straight, are about 5 inches long. So also go ahead and put your measuring tape right at the front of your hairline and see where 5 inches lands on you. Now, I always find wigs with bangs are amazing because they hide your hairline, and hairlines are often a dead giveaway that you're wearing a wig. However, in this case on Showstopper has a really lovely lace front, and having a lace front on a wig is perfect for giving you that natural illusion of growth right from your hairline, especially on Rusty Auburn. The hairline on this color in particular, I find to be just delightful. Look at that. This is super natural. I love how they've scattered the light fibers and the darker fibers in the front of the hairline here. I find that makes it look quite a bit more natural. And I love how low density it is at the hairline as well. So it's easy to pull back if you want to. So this color, Rusty Auburn, on this particular wig has a great hairline. Raquel Welch in general does have pretty nice lace fronts. They try their best to do smaller knotting so that you don't see it as easily. However, I will say that depending on the color, that matters in regards to how natural the lace front is going to be. For example, if you have a darker wig and a darker fiber, it is more likely that you're going to see the knots. Now, let me show you Showstopper in shaded Biscuit, because I want to show you the difference in what the lace front is going to look like on a color like Rusty Auburn, look at that, versus a rooted color, because I have my opinions about rooted colors on Raquel Welch's, or I should say rooted blonde colors on Raquel Welch's lace fronts. Let me show you. So I talk about this a lot, but there's always people who are new to this coming in to watch my videos. But Raquel Welch, like I said, does lovely lace fronts. They have nice natural knotting, but when I pull this back, for some reason, is it just me? But I find that this does not look as natural when I pull this back. And the reason it doesn't is because they bring this light fiber forward right here. See, I'm grabbing this light fiber and right behind it is the dark fiber. Now, the reason they do this is because this light fiber creates a less visible knot than a dark fiber would. So you can see now the dark fibers create that knotting that's more visible, and the light fibers, oh, suddenly it blends into your skin a bit better. But pulling it back gives you this weird bright line here that doesn't necessarily exist on real hair, which I don't love. So I have a problem with Raquel Welch's rooted blonde colors and their lace fronts. Now let me put on Rusty Auburn one more time so you can see the difference between a rooted blonde lace front and an unrooted light to medium-ish fiber and their lace front. Look, you suddenly don't see that bright line in front of your, on your forehead. I just find it so much more natural. Like when I back up here and do this one to me looks like it's growing from my head. So I hope that kind of clearly demonstrates the difference that color makes in a lace front, because even though these brands like Raquel Welch, they really do a nice lace front. Like I don't have any complaints about the knotting or the lace in general, but the color you choose does make a difference on what the lace front is going to look like. Okay, let me put back Shaded Biscuit again. And Shaded Biscuit, this color right here, is the color code RL19/23SS. This is a beautiful dimensional rooted blonde color. It's, I would say, neutral leaning cool. It does have a lot of these sandy blonde tones throughout it, but it is lightened up and brightened up and cooled off a lot with more of these bright, cool blonde tones throughout. Plus we have this medium brown root here. And now this kind of gives you an idea of what a blonde showstopper is going to look like. And I'll spin around for you on this one so you can see. I don't find that there's a lot of variation in terms of what these two wigs look like. They're pretty similar. And then of course we can bring that same bang forward just like on the Rusty Auburn one. Now, one thing I will note that I have found with Showstopper, I've obviously tried several Showstoppers before, but something I have found in some, when they come right out of the box, the bangs on them kind of want to stick straight out and they don't want to lay flat. And suddenly you have this bang that's just like sticking out and it doesn't want to do what you want it to do. If that happens, it doesn't mean that your wig is faulty and that something's wrong with it. It just means that it has likely been sitting in a box for a little bit too long and it needs a little bit of heat on it to help train it to go in the direction that you want it to go. So in order to train it where you want it to go, all you have to do is just spray it with water, find the position you want it to be in, and add some heat from even a blow dryer or the back of a hot comb, just to add a little bit of heat. Hold it in that position to let it cool and set. And once you release it, it should sit where you want it to sit. But I just wanted to make you aware, based on my experience with Showstopper, that sometimes the bangs are not gonna come perfect out of the box. Okay, let me show you the inside of this cap. Since I have two, I get to keep one on while I show you the inside. So here's that full monofilament top I was telling you about, which allows you to change the part wherever you want, and it gives you that natural illusion of scalp wherever you're parting it. So you have this whole space up here where it's been hand tied onto this lace-like material to part it. Then you have the lace front here, that's just temple to temple. A lot of Raquel Welch's wigs extend their lace further into the ear tab. However, Showstopper is not one of those, it just goes temple to temple. So the lace front ends right here. So you are gonna get a little bit of a funny transition where you see like the seam of a wig a little bit. It's not horrible, but it is there. But again, with Showstopper, we have these bangs and they're likely going to cover, oh, Look at that. They're likely going to cover up that seam so that you don't see it. We also have an open wefted cap, which means that all the fibers have been machine sewn into these rows that you see here. Open wefted caps are nice and stretchy. They're ventilated. You can stick your fingers through them. They're breathable. They're often good for a hotter climate just to get that airflow going. And then we have these velvet ear tabs, our velvet extended nape here with your Velcro adjusters that allows you to adjust the circumference of your wig up to about 1/2 inch either way. Now, in terms of the size, I do find that Showstopper fits pretty true to average. It doesn't feel too insanely big on me, but it also doesn't fit my petite head like a glove. I would still need to bring the adjusters in a little bit, and I do have some extra bulk in the rest of the cap. So this does feel very true to average, but can work for those of you who are a little bit bigger than average as well. All right, you guys, hopefully this opened up your eyes to what Showstopper is all about. Honestly, I do love this style. My only issue with it is just the fact that it is heat-friendly fiber, so it is gonna clump over time, and Raquel Welch fibers typically do that, especially when they are longer like this. So as long as you're prepared to carry that wide tooth comb with you, brush it throughout the day, and use heat on it when you get the frizzy ends, then this is gonna be an okay piece for you. But let me know what you guys think, or if you have Showstopper yourself and you wanna share what your experiences have been with it. But as always, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.